Welcome back. Now imagine this, parents hoping their children remain in school a little longer, not because they're naughty, but because they feel their children will have a healthier environment away from home, since their backyards are home to a huge dumping site. Well, this is the case with so many families residing in Pallavaram area, as our reporter Pratiksha Ramkumar found out.
Coming home is a nauseating, choking experience for these residents every day as they drive over the new Pallavaram flyover. For through the day, stinking garbage is burnt in the huge dump yard spread over 4.5 acres.
All chemical fumes emanating from that smoke, no, it affects them. It affects their health actually, and not able to breathe, not coughing, sneezing, cold attacks, often cold attacks, everything.
Many playpens in the area are empty in the evenings, and not because their children are couch potatoes.
Children already summer vacation have started, so we are now forcing our children to be indoors. We are not allowing them to play down, and even within the home we are just locking the windows and we are locking the balconies, and we do not get any fresh air or some sort of this because of this issue.
The Pallavaram municipality officials say they are taking nearly every step to tackle this menace. Not only have they earmarked an area in Vedamangalam where the waste will be moved in a year's time to a solid waste management project, but for now they are planning to fix in bore wells and jetting engines which will douse out the fire from the garbage dump yard. But all this is expected to take at least a year's time. But will the municipality speed up the work so they can breathe in a clean environment? This is what residents want to know. In Chennai, Pratiksha Ramkumar for NDTV Hindu.
Well, staying on the health note, maybe it's time you think twice before you bite into that juicy burger or dig into that bag of chips. Well, with the obesity becoming India's fastest growing gastric concern, gastroenterologists say changing lifestyles and eating habits are a huge cause of concern in our nation. My colleague Pratiksha caught up with the president of the Indian Society of Gastroenterologists, Dr. Ashok Chako, and he has some tips that you'd probably find hard to digest if you are into binging.
Well, we're just done with the Train the Trainers program organized by the World Society of Gastroenterologists, and this should tell you how serious gastroenterology problems are in India. And today we are joined by the president of the Indian Society of Gastroenterologists, Mr. Ashok Chako. Doctor, if there are some gastric problems that are so common right now in India, disorders, what would you name?
One is GERD, that is gastroesophageal reflux disease. This is quite common now in our country because one reason is that we have more of obesity in our country now, unlike before. And also we have the metabolic disease, which produces more of reflux. And this is a problem that we see. The other problem that is common is the emergence of a disease called Crohn's disease. This disease was very rarely seen more than 10 years ago, but more recently we have an epidemic of this disease seen in our country. This again cannot be, the genetics cannot be the reason. It has to be the environment, maybe the lifestyles, including diet, environmental pollutions, etc.
Are they very common eating disorders right now?
Yes, we never used to see obesity maybe 10-15 years ago, but now there is a lot of obese people, and this again is probably due to the type of food they eat, especially chips, the Western type of diet, burgers. Also, it is due to the lack of exercise because most people are now sedentary, they hardly move out. This also has led to a lot of vitamin D deficiency in the country because they are not exposed to sunlight these days.
Moving to the big national story today, the first meeting of the drafting committee of the anti-corruption Lokpal bill was held today. The panel will meet again on the 2nd of May. Members said this first meeting was rather fruitful with everyone's contribution. Drafting committee member Kapil Sibal has said everyone wants the bill to be introduced in the monsoon session of Parliament. But all the activity on India's tough anti-corruption law comes a week after social activist Anna Hazare sat on a fast in Delhi's Jantar Mantar for 4 days, which culminated with the government giving in to almost all of his demands. Mr. Hazare wanted half the members in the draft panel from civil society, which eventually happened.
Amiable, a meeting in which which all the representatives, both of civil society and the government, make some valuable contributions. Prashant Bhushan circulated the Jan Lokpal Bill, and Shri Shanti Bhushan explained the salient features of the Jan Lokpal Bill. We were also consulted on what is the procedure that should be adopted in the next few weeks as we consider many of these things. A suggestion was made that these proceedings should be videographed, and we had a discussion on that as well. The proceedings are being there's an audio recording of the proceedings. We have decided together that we will share whatever was discussed with the public from time to time.
Moving on, the Maharaja's men seem to have bungled up again, and if you are travelling the national carrier this summer holiday, it could impact your flight schedule. The Air India management has issued an order that bans staff like pilots and engineers to travel even on duty during the weekends. Pilots say this means they can't even fly to their duty destinations to operate flights to ferry passengers like you and me.
If you have booked the national carrier over summer holiday weekends, chances are that Air India's warped logic will keep you grounded, because this new notification has clipped the wings of many of its pilots and engineers. All Air India employees are entitled to free flights with families as per rank and salary. Now the management has decided it does not want staff demand to come in the way of summer booking rush. Starting Friday, it has banned its staff from flying with or without families between Fridays and Mondays till mid-June. In effect, stranding many pilots and engineers who regularly fly as passengers to take charge at another destination. Air India's logic: there is a huge demand for travel on weekend flights, observed from data made available from other airlines. However, according to its own data, the airline is able to fill only 71% seats, even during peak traffic. And staff avails of privileged travel benefits only if seats are available after the last passenger has bought his ticket.
By issuing this blanket rule, the airline has created a crisis for itself. On-duty pilots and engineers are not able to reach their duty destinations. In fact, on Friday, the first day of the ban, at least 2 pilots told NDTV that they were not allowed to fly and reach their duty destinations. While the management has swung into review mode, the question being asked is, how was such a logistically challenged decision taken in the first place? In Mumbai, Maloni Bhatt for NDTV.
Still ahead on the bulletin, as the city bleeds yellow after the day's big win, a rapper celebrates by getting a song in tune for MSD and the city's winning stars.